asking really bad questions. Okay, what's up, fam? And welcome to another episode of the Wanderlust Wealth Show. Now, this episode is not to berate you. I'm not trying to tell you off, but this is just an issue that I see so many times with beginners in real estate. All the time, like especially when they are seeking for advice from experts. And I just feel like it's so important to discuss this because this will literally help you make leaps and bounds in the real estate investing space and honestly in life in general. And I feel like this is something that maybe my engineering degree taught me is like to ask better questions, but I just see a gap in the general newbie investing space, okay? Because this is also going to just make you so much more self-aware, self-accountable, and realize that you actually internally also have the answer to a lot more things than you think, okay? Okay, so before you go ahead and ask like a potential mentor a question, right? Ask yourself this first. Is this something I can easily find on the internet, right? Particularly if you plan on asking someone who's super busy, which is most people these days, like experts in the space, or someone who you just know is super knowledgeable and you're seeking mentorship from them. And if you want them to respect you more, make sure to actually Google the question first. Because most questions out there are so incredibly simple. And with a quick Google search, they will actually answer your question. And a lot of the time, people don't want to repeat the same like silly things that you can easily just find on the internet, right? They want to give you more of the raw, in-depth like opinions and advice from there, okay? Because if you want advice from successful people and if you want people to take you seriously, you need to be asking better and more educated questions that have more context as well, like more context about you and about what you're trying to accomplish. Your questions need to start from a place of thoughtful curiosity and not from this like quick fix mindset. Because when you rush to try and find this like quick fix solution, right, you're trying to skip a lot of the process that's actually needed that's going to make sure that you're taking the right steps to actually accomplish what you want to accomplish, okay? Because there are just so many important details and developmental pieces that are actually going to happen between your initial thoughts and your initial questions to actually getting to that final solution. Because in real estate, there really is no quick and dirty answer, okay? There is no quick fix. As much as people want to tell you there is, right? As much as I say that house hacking is the best and number one way to get started investing in real estate, it may not be the right strategy for you. Or as much as someone might say that short-term rentals is the best path to get started investing in real estate, it may not be the best path for you, okay? Or if someone says that the Smoky Mountains is the best short-term rental market out there, right? It might not be the best place for you. There are nuances in these responses. There are nuances in these questions. These sweeping comments of best way or best market or best strategy, these are really old just marketing tactics, okay, that we all use and that they work, right? We use them because they work. And we need to use it in our marketing to attract attention and to attract people to like the strategy that we do actually think is the best way, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best way for you. And that is exactly why I created the Wanderlust Wealth Academy, because I'm all about creating like personalized advice and because everyone's situation is going to be completely different. And if you don't understand the nuances, you might find yourself heading down the wrong path. And so for anyone who doesn't know, the Wanderlust Wealth Academy is just my coaching program where I actually teach people how to get started investing in real estate, literally hold their hand throughout the entire process from purchasing a property to getting it under contract to actually setting it up as a short-term or a mid-term rental or sometimes a long-term rental and really having personalized support throughout the entire process. And so when you're asking for advice, you need to make your questions more specific. They need to include more context and they need to show that you've done at least some preliminary research and thought to your specific situation that has now led you to a crossroads. Because most people don't realize this, and you probably don't realize this, but you're asking really, really bad questions that make it difficult for others to actually answer and give you sound advice. Now, I'm going to give you an example here. So I hosted a meetup a month or so ago, and someone asked me, where do I start with real estate investing? And I'm just here to tell you that one, that question is so lazy. And two, it just shows that you put literally zero time and effort into doing any research at all around real estate investing in general. And there's so much free content out there. Like literally everyone, including me, including all of these social media folks that you see, put so much free content out there to give you just like a baseline understanding of how to get started investing in real estate, right? So if you haven't even gone the like tiny little, it's not even a mile at this point, the extra centimeter into figuring that out, people are less willing to give you advice. Because here's the thing is there are so many ways to get started investing in real estate because it all depends on what is your goal. What are you trying to accomplish? You have to think of that first. What are you actually even trying to accomplish? Because it's going to be completely different for everyone. Like, are you trying to quit your job in 5 years? Or are you trying to quit your job in a year? Or do you actually like your job and you're just trying to find a different investment vehicle for retirement? Or maybe you just want to be able to go remote in your corporate job. Or maybe you're in a situation where you are on call 24/7. You literally have no extra time in your day, right? That's going to require a way different investing strategy than someone who's working a cushy 9 to 5 and has a lot of extra free time, right? And also, where do you live? That's going to determine what kind of strategy works for you. And I can't even begin to give you advice for where should I start or what investment strategy is best for you because I don't have any contextual information about you. And here's another example. So I hosted a live masterclass last month and I had these 2 different questions that came up within the Q&A. And we're going to compare both of them and just see why one is a terrible question and why one is an incredible question. So the first question that we got, well, one of the questions that we got was, where is the best rental market? Just that. Where is the best rental market? Like, okay, so we're going to dissect this question, okay, and why it sucks, right? What do you mean by best? Do you mean highest cash flow? Do you mean highest appreciation? Do you mean something where you can have like a great vacation home in the mountains? Or do you mean, is it somewhere that you're going to live for part of the year? Or do you mean best is in somewhere that's super stable and has been incredibly stable for the last 30 years, so the risk is low? Or do you mean something that's high cash flow, but is a little riskier because it's a bit of a newer location? What do you mean by best? Okay. And what are you even trying to accomplish with short-term rentals? What are your goals? Without any of this context, your question literally sucks. And when I see questions like this, I always ask the questions that I said above, right? I ask you to clarify about your context. What is your situation? What are you trying to accomplish? And honestly, sometimes when I see questions like this in my DMs, I just don't respond because it's the laziest question out there. Okay, y'all, do I have something exciting for you? Now, I just came out with a brand new free training on exactly how you, yes, you can get started investing in real estate within the next 3 months. Because if you're someone who wants more freedom in your life, the ability to travel the world and do the things that you actually want to do in life, you're going to want to listen up. Trust me. Now, this training is freaking awesome. I literally go in and spill the tea on the number one strategy that is working right now, like literally today in today's market. And I go over how to look at deals and make sure that they actually cash flow and how to set your properties up so that you can run them from anywhere in the world. Like I literally have managed my properties from over 6 different time zones. So if you are stuck in analysis paralysis, you don't know where to start when it comes to real estate investing, but you know that it's something that you want to do in the future, this training is going to be for you. So to check it out, click the link in the show notes or DM me the word hack, like HACK on Instagram, and I will send you the link. Now let's dive back into the show. And I want to help people who are taking action. Like when I say a question like that, I see someone who's not actually going to get started investing in real estate. I see someone who is going to be sitting on the sidelines, who's going to be just kind of coasting, waiting for this magic pill, this magic bullet to come along and not actually take action. Versus, this is another question that I got during the masterclass. And the question was, what is your advice on house hacking with a full family and kids under 5? Security-wise, is this safe? Is this advisable? Y'all, this question, like seriously, round of applause to the person who asked this question, because that is a phenomenal question. It shows me that you've done your research, that you've even looked up what house hacking is, that you understand, that you were paying attention during the masterclass, that you have really thought about your situation. Like, how can this work for me? Those are the people that I want to help, okay? Because I can tell, like, they're really taking action. They're really thinking about how can this work for me? Because the way that I would respond to this question is, I think that house hacking could be great for you. Like, are you going to do the strategy where you have roommates? Probably not, right? But could you do something like a duplex? Could you do something with a main house and a back house, like a mother-in-law suite, or something that has a basement that you can completely lock off and rent that out and create separate entrances so that you never have to see the other tenants? Like, that would be such a great way to get started investing in real estate. Start house hacking with a full family and kids under 5. Like that's a way where you can still create that safety. It's like just having a neighbor, basically. Like, is this safe? Is this advisable? I've been house hacking with just me and my dog, like as a solo female for years, but there are other ways too that you can create extra additional security the same way you would with your personal house, right? Like you can put specific locks in, you can put security cameras on the outside, you can put a security system in your property. I have security systems at all of my properties, right? Yes, this can be a wonderful, wonderful way to get started investing in real estate still with a family. I know a bunch of people doing, I know multimillionaires doing this with a family, okay? But see how that first question was just trying to get a quick fix. Like, what rental market should I invest in, right? There was no context. There was no thought behind this question. And if this is a question that you've asked, like, do not feel bad. We all do it, but this is why I'm trying to educate you, right? Like that question gives off the mindset of just trying to get a quick and dirty magic pill to real estate investing that's going to fix and solve all of my problems, right? And I'm here to tell you that there is no quick and magic pill. Like, yes, there are some strategies like house hacking that, in my opinion, are serious hacks to life, to getting started investing in real estate. But there is no magic. This is the one size fits all best real estate investing strategy or best location or best market to get started, okay? It all depends on the context. It depends on your situation. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Because you are going to find people succeeding in every single market using any strategy under the sun. And depending on your circumstance, one of these strategies is going to work better for you. Okay? Because here's the thing, as humans, we're always looking to do things quicker, cheaper, more efficiently. Especially here in the US, it's just kind of like the American way, right? We want everything now and we want the best thing now. That's kind of why things like Ozempic are freaking blowing up and everyone wants the magic pill to lose weight, right? And even though there's so many other negative externalities that come out from that, right? But like, we just want the magic pill. But I'm here to tell you that there's literally no magic pill that's going to save you. All this does is leads to super bad questions and super bad decisions that are made on like this quick fix mindset mentality, right? So you might be asking yourself, Olivia, okay, cool. I get it. Like I've been asking terrible questions, but how do I even start to ask better questions, right? So first off, whenever you think of a question, ask yourself, can I Google it or can I chat GPT it? Because literally any question that you have, first Google it. That will literally eliminate like 80% of your bad questions so that when you actually do go to someone asking for advice, you can come with a way more educated question. So whenever you do have a question that you want to ask, I want you to improve your question by doing this one thing, is provide some additional context. So there are 3 parts to this, right? What specific situation are you in? What are you trying to accomplish? And how soon are you trying to accomplish this? I want you to add this to whatever question it is that you have. So for example, let's take the question, where are the best rental markets, right? So now let's think about the specific situation that you're in. So let's take it back to, let's say, 25-year-old Olivia, right? And she was an engineer. She just finished grad school. She just started saving up some money. Let's ask it from her perspective, right? So first off, in order to provide more context, I would think of what specific situation I'm actually in. So let's say at the time, I would say, as a single 25-year-old with a dog who just graduated grad school, right, and has a few $1,000s in the bank, that would be my adding additional context for what specific situation I'm in, right? So now we've specified that. Now we can add in what I'm actually trying to accomplish. So I'm trying to quit my engineering job so that I can do something that I actually enjoy in life, right? And then once we've added what I'm trying to accomplish, then we add how soon am I trying to accomplish this? So let's say at the time it was within 5 years. So now let's take the question before of the where are the best rental markets. Now we add all of this context. So as a single 25-year-old with a dog who just graduated grad school and has a few $1,000s in the bank and wants to quit her corporate job within the next 5 years, where are the best rental markets for me? Now that question I can answer, right? Because I would literally tell you in your backyard, that is the best rental market for you. Start house hacking where you live right now. That is the best rental market for you because you know that area, you know where you live, it's where you work. Buy there. You can check on the property, you can be there, you need somewhere to live anyways. That is going to be your best rental market. Does that make sense? So try this with all of the questions that you have, okay? And like you may even find yourself being like, oh wait, I know the answer to that. Like I can figure out that answer because I was able to provide a little bit more context. It feels less like this big, lofty, overarching question, right? So stop asking bad questions, start giving more context, and also just start doing more research. Just like the person with the 5 kids who had a really thought out question and really thought about that specific house hacking situation for herself. And you can tell like they actually listened during the masterclass, right? Those are the kind of questions that you want to ask. People out there really do want to help you. Like I want to help as many people, like millions, literally millions and millions of people get started investing in real estate. But in order for people to help you, you need to learn to ask better questions too. And we also need to see that you're trying and that you're actually going to take action on the advice that we give you versus just asking questions for the sake of asking questions and not actually taking action. Okay, well, I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next one. But also, don't forget, before you go, make sure to actually leave me a review. Like, leave me a review on the podcast, screenshot it, and send it to me on Instagram over DMs. And I will actually send you a free masterclass, like literally free masterclass with Spencer and Ashley that's all about points hacking. So literally by like watching this free masterclass, like you can't get it anywhere else except for within the WWA coaching program, you will literally get a free trip out of just watching this free masterclass and employing some of the strategies. So please go ahead, screenshot your review, send it over to me. That way I can see it and I can send you this free masterclass because reviews are literally what help the podcast grow. Okay. Thank you, fam. See you later. Thank you so much for listening to Wanderlust Wealth Show. Now, don't forget to follow the podcast, or if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you love this episode, it would literally mean the world to me if you shared this with a friend or a family member or literally like anyone off of the street. Like right now, go ahead, share it so you don't forget, or post it on social media and make sure to tag me. I love seeing what you're listening in on and what you resonated with, and I'm just so freaking thankful for you. I'm so freaking excited for you. I love you, and don't forget, life really doesn't have to be hard.